back at it yet again. Ah, man. I've just had that. I've just been thinking lately about a lot of shit, fake friends, you know, people you had to let go. I'll be kind of honest with you. I still feel some type of way about last summer, when I discovered the girl that I like was a Negro bedwench. And the thing is, I knew, I didn't say I kind of, I did know. But I felt like, I can change her. I can, prove that, black men are redeemable. But, I ended up just, the thing is, she cut me out of her life. I don't know what's going on. And then I rediscovered her on Facebook. And, she's all hugged up on some, white dude. And I'm just kind of like, damn, brothers get no chance. You know, we too thugged out, we too criminal for you and shit. But I didn't take the emotional route. I just kind of left it at that. Like, you know what, you're cool. I didn't even really say anything to her, but if I did, I'll probably just be like, you're a cool chick, you're cute and whatever. But you know, you go ahead and lay with the dogs, and I just wish you the best. But interesting enough, like 2 years ago, there was a show on Netflix, um, that used to show on ABC Family, and it was I can't remember what it was called. Lincoln Parks, yeah, that's what it was called. It's called Lincoln Parks, and it's about um, a black officer who moves back to his old crime-infested neighborhood, and he's trying to save the community, the black community, from gangs, and trying to you know create race relations because there's a lot of beefs between the blacks and the Latinos, and they touched a lot of, like, you know tough topics on the show, like lesbian relationships in high school, um, peer pressure, sex, um, uh, racism, you know, gangs and shit like that. Um, but the one thing that kind of just like rubbed me the wrong way was that it kept, it kept doing the I'll probably say the racial teasing, you know, of interracial dating, and it kept nagging the theme. And ironically, the oldest daughter is in a relationship with a white Latino, and they're kind of like, through the season or series, I should say, they're in like on and off relationship. And there's one moment where they break up, and the girl, she dates a biracial, from my remembrance, like, she dates a light skinned biracial dude, and he's kind of like the dude who tries to be in the life, but he can't handle it. He was I think he was some type of music producer, and he got caught up with some drug lord. You know, and they break up, and she goes back with the white dude, with the white Latino dude. And I think there's like a series of like on and off minor breakups, and I think, yeah, there was like one part where he gets hit by a car, and it, it, there were a lot of moments where they try to make the black father look like the bad guys, like, it's the typical kind of Guess Who routine, you know, kind of like, but in reverse. I would probably say like the Guess Who Bernie Mac version. Like there's no good black men, or it's why are you dating interracially? Do you really like my daughter? He's white, and I was kind of like annoyed with it because it was like the series isn't gonna put any good black men or realistic real black men into the series unless there's thugs, um, coon cops, or shit like that. And I like the show. The show was really good, but it just annoyed me that it just annoyed me that it was this there was no good black men on the show. There was no black men that can say like, yeah, man, he's doing good. Other than the father, was a good dude, but and at least it was a stable home. It was a father, mother, they had two daughters and a son. One thing I kind of hate about sons, black men in black boys in stable homes is that I always notice that the son is usually a lame. And he's the type of cornball, safe Negro type. And you see this a lot in a lot of these black shows. And it kind of questions me what Hollywood thinks of a stable black home when it comes to males because you always see this dynamic of a weak black male. Like for instance, everybody hate Chris. Chris, he lives in a two-parent household, stable family, um, but he's feminine. He's effeminate. He can't fight. He's weak. He gets pushed around. He gets beat up by everybody. I mean, there's no really redeeming characteristics about him other than he's funny, other than him having a wild imagination. Yeah, and you see this with Malcolm in the Middle with what's this, the dude in the wheelchair. Two-parent household, but he's lame and he gets bullied, pushed around, and my wife and kids, the son, he's an idiot, a cornball. You know, I hated that he became a father. That was really stupid. Um, um, and you see, I've noticed that you do see this often as like the safe Negro. And I didn't really have too much of a problem with him. It was just that he comes off as lame. But other than that, the family dynamic was good. But I got so annoyed with the daughters because the oldest daughter, the thing is, ironically they had like similar dating patterns. Because like I said before, the oldest daughter, she was in an on and off relationship with the white Latino dude, and they break up. She dates a biracial dude. He was lame, and so she goes back with the white dude. And ironically, the little girl who's like about, I think she's like 13 in the series. She's like a young teenager, and ironically, she goes through the same shit. But she starts off dating like a lame, biracial, but he's dark skinned, so you would think like, okay, he's just black, but later you learn in the series that he's actually biracial, and he's like a nerdy dude. He ends up getting hit by a car. He dies, and the girl, and this is what I hate about this show, was that she did not show any love to the dude. There was like literally no love in there, man. That that kind of got to me. Like you couldn't show a good dating pre-stage relationship. You couldn't show that. I would admit I do like seeing the black father. and the wife, being a stable couple through all the the drama and all that shit. But it was really annoying to where you like, dude, can niggas win? Like that was the issue. Like, can niggas win? Like I just, because during the series, like when they went out, when they were dating, um, they didn't really talk. They didn't hang out. Um, he felt left out, and he kind of felt like giving up. He like, what's the point of dating her? She doesn't want to talk to me. She doesn't want to hang out with me. She's always busy. And then ironically, he dies, and then she starts catching feelings for him, and then she starts having these like weird daydream moments where she like daydreams for like hours, and she pretends to that they're on dates and shit, and they're like having picnics or whatever, and ironically she meets a white Latino, and he whistles her away, like, get over the death, try something new. And I'm like, how does this happen? What is the coincidence of both of these girls dating lame biracial black men only to be snatched by white Latinos? Like, I was like literally flabbergasted when I saw this shit, because I'm like, and like the father, like, he was like dazed too. Like, he was like, wait a minute, this is too much of a coincidence. And I'm like, exactly. This is some poor, ass writing, man. Like, who, like, this shit needs to be done better. Like, to me, it was just really poor. They could have at least, that was the thing. I wanted to like the show. The show had a lot of action, drama, very touchy subjects, but it was annoying just to see like the IR dating and seeing niggas not win. And that was like the weird. That was the thing. And like the black son, he's lame, and I think there was like one part where he's like dating a girl, but the issue was that they don't continue it, and you're left kind of like cut and dry. Like, okay, is he still dating that girl from the other episode, or did they break up? They have those like cliffhanger, um, you know, forgotten continuation plots, and that was kind of like the thing that annoyed me, because I want to see black men win the girl. Like you can't find a lot of shows where black men get the girl they want. Like, I have a hard time, watching shows where you see black men get the girl that they want, other than Urkel, from Family Matters. But when you watch shows like Everybody Hate Chris, he didn't get the girl. Um, and you just see niggas losing. I'm like, and even with like Fresh Prince, it was really a lose lose. Despite how cool Will was, he didn't marry Keisha or whatever her name was, Nia Long's character, and Carlton, you know, he was just too lame. We just there was really just no love, and it was just kind of like ironic. Like, okay, what is the median that black men can be? Is like, okay, if we're too cool, we just get laid and we just have sex, but we never get the ring, or we never get the happy ending. And then when we're lame, or we play it too safe to where we're the goody two shoes, we just end up being the two goody two shoes that no girl wants to date because we're too safe, or we're boring. But that's why I really just kind of don't like watching a lot of black TV shows, or dramas like that, because they don't win. Black men, they don't win, and they don't get the they don't get the girl. and that kind of just bothers me because everybody else wins, but we don't win. We don't. We're always left high and dry. Like for example, like what got me angry when I was watching House of Pain. Tyler Perry's House of Pain. We see the dark skinned character. What's his name? Who is it? Calvin. Yeah, Calvin. He's like the bummy nigga dude. Failed. He doesn't have a calling in life. He has two baby mamas, but he was lucky enough to get like this one girl pregnant, and she was rich. He ended up fucking that up because they couldn't afford the condo. I think it burned. Yeah, the condo burned down, and he couldn't. His bullshit job at the supermarket wasn't paying the bills. Ended up living at his mom's house or his parents' house, and it was just a bad look. We're left high and dry of a black man who's too lame to have a successful marriage. His girlfriend leaves him, and it takes the kids, and he's lonely. Now like what else can you do? Are you going to find another girl to get pregnant so she can leave you? And like that, and the thing is, I just want to see black men win. I want to see us with the girl that we want. I want us to be, have the happy ending. I kind of sound like I guess like a little girl or something, but I'm just saying, like, we need to be in positions or in the movies where we can like win, and that's probably why I want to, get into film or television because I want to see black men win. I want to see, when you watch a show when you can relate to a character, and I want you to know that hey, that character is he's gonna, succeed despite how hard, his life is right now. But we don't get those images, man. We're always losing. We're taking so many L's. We're getting our throat slit by these slick ass females, and we're watching our girls get snatched up by the white boys, and we're left high and dry, just wondering, how do I get ahead?